In this lecture, we will discuss the classification of system. In the previous lectures, we discussed the classification like linearity, time invariance, stability, and static and dynamic system. In the present lecture, we will discuss whether the system is causal or non-causal, or we will discuss the causality concept. Okay. First, we will discuss the definition, and later we will discuss some problems. Okay, causality is a very important property. You can expect some questions from this particular area. Okay, so we'll discuss different question related to causality. Uh, First, we'll discuss the definition. Any system, for example, I can consider a continuous time system, and in that continuous system, the output y of t of a particular system, and the input of the system is x of t. Okay, and the system is said to be causal if that output of the system depends only on the present or past values of the input, not on the future. Okay, it's very important because we already discussed static and dynamic system, so don't get confused with a previous classification, static and dynamic. Here a system is said to be causal if the output of a system depends only on the present and past values of the input. Okay, so for example, if y of t is given by x of t plus x of t minus 1. Okay. The system is described by the equation y of t is equal to x of t plus x of t minus 1. For example, if you evaluate the output at t is equal to 0, at t is equal to 0, the present input will be x of 0. Okay. And this will be the present input, and x of minus 1, x of minus 2, etc. will be the past inputs, and x of 1, x of 2, etc. will be the future inputs with respect to t is equal to 0. So if you substitute t is equal to 0 in this particular equation, you will get x of 0 plus x of minus 1. And if you observe this equation, you can see the present output, that is output at t is equal to 0 depends the present value. So here you can see this is the present value of input, and this is the past value with respect to t is equal to 0. So we can conclude that the given system is a causal system. And causal system means it's a non-anticipative system, because there is no future prediction is required. And we can conclude one more point, that is, we already discussed a static and dynamic system, or system with memory and without memory. Okay, we already discussed the classification static and dynamic systems. Static means a system without memory. Dynamic means system with memory. A system is static means the present output, okay, present output depends only on the present input, not on future or past values. Dynamic system means the present output may depend on present input, past, or even future inputs. But in the case of causal system, that system depends only on the present and past, not on the future. If it also depends on the future, then we can call it as a dynamic system, not causal system. And that's why the causal systems are known as non-anticipative type systems. All memoryless system means they are static. Okay, static systems are memoryless system without memory, and the present output depends only on the present input, so we can call it as a causal system. If a system is static, then we can call it as that system is causal also. But the reverse is not true. Means if a system is causal, we cannot say that it's static, because a system is static means it depends only on the present input, not on the past. But if a system is causal means it can depend on the present or past values. That's why all memoryless systems are causal, means all the static uh, systems are causal, but not all the static systems are uh, sorry, all the causal systems are static. Okay, that we cannot mention. Next, causal systems are a real time system, because the system works on the present and the past input. And if a system works on the future inputs, means it's not physically realizable by using uh, electronic components like capacitor, resistor, etc. It's not possible to realize a system with a future input value. Okay, such systems exist in many uh, processing techniques, but when you use the basic circuit component, it's difficult to implement a system which works with the future inputs. So always remember that a system is causal means its importance. We can say that system is practically realizable or not. Okay, and a non-causal system means a system is said to be non-causal or anticipative. Okay, means definitely it depends on the future value. If the output of the system at any time may depend on its future inputs. For example, you can write y of t depends on x of t plus 1. So at t is equal to 0, we know that the present input is x of 0, but y of 0 depends on x of 1, which is a future input. Okay, at the present moment, there is no input like x of 1. X of 1 will occur only at t is equal to 1. But now we need to calculate y of 0 at t is equal to 0. But at that time, in order to calculate y of 0, we required y of x of 1. That is a future inputs. So that kind of systems are known as non-causal systems. Okay, now we'll do some problems related to this. Determine whether the system is causal or non-causal system. Okay. And before evaluating the problem, I'll just mention this is about the causal system. Don't confuse with causal signal. Okay, it's entirely different concept. Causal signal and non-causal signal. Here we are discussing about a causal system, and causal signal is entirely different concept. Causal, non-causal, and anti-causal signals that we already discussed in the classification of signals. This is a classification of system. Okay, here a system is given by y of t is equal to 2t plus 3 into x of t. Now we need to evaluate whether the given system is causal or non-causal. Okay, if a system is causal, we know that it can depend on the present or past. So we can evaluate the signal at different values. So at t is equal to 0, the present value is x of 0, and past values is x of minus 1, x of minus 2, etc. So here you can see that as a term 2t plus 3. So you will get 0 plus 3 into x of 0. Okay, don't confuse with this particular term 2t plus 3. This is not input. Okay, in this particular system, we will apply only x of t, and the system response is simply x of t multiplied by 2t plus 3. And 2t plus 3 we can calculate if you know t. There is no requirement of input. 2t plus 3 is only depends on t, not input. Okay, so the present output depends only on the present input. and we will try another value. We can try t is equal to -1. So at that time, y of -1, the present output, then 2 into t is -1, so it becomes minus t plus 3 into x of -1. Okay, here also you can see that the present output depends only on the present input. At t is equal to -1, the present input is x of -1. So again, it's a valid case. So we can conclude that the given system is causal because present output depends only on, in this particular case, it's only on the present input. So we can conclude that the given system is causal. Okay. Now we'll discuss the second question. Y of t is equal to x square of t. And at t is equal to 0, if you evaluate, equation becomes y of 0 is equal to x square of 0, which is equal to x of 0 into x of 0. Means the given system depends only on the present input. And if you try this for t is equal to 1, again you will get the same expression. Y of 1 is equal to x of 1 into x of 1. So again, present output depends only on the present, right? Now for t is equal to -1, again you will get x of -1 into x of -1. Again, the present output depends only on the present input. So we can conclude that the given system is a causal system. Now we'll discuss the next question. Y of t is equal to x of t square. And here, if you substitute a t is equal to 2, you can see that the equation becomes y of t is equal to x of 2 square, which is equal to x of 4. So, sorry, y of 2 is equal to x of 4. At t is equal to, the present input, it's x of 2. But the system depends on x of 4, means it's a future value. So we can conclude that the given system is a non-causal system, because for the causal system, it depends only on the present and past input. So x of 4 means it's a future value with respect to t is equal to 2, because the present output is y of 2, and y of 2 depends on x of 4, that is a future. So if you observe the input and output, here at 2, the present output is y of 2 and the present input is x of 2. But this y of 2 depends on a future input, that is x of 4. So we can conclude that system is non-causal. Now we can discuss another question. Here y of t is given by t into x of t minus 1. So if you try t is equal to 0, you can see that y of 0 is equal to 0 into x of -1. So if you evaluate, or if you closely observe this particular question, here y of 0 is the present output, and that input depends on the past input. Okay, and we are checking the causality of a system. For the causal system, it can depend on the present input and the past. So x of -1 is past input. Okay, that's okay, the condition is true here. And now we can substitute t is equal to 1. When t is equal to 1, it's y of 1, it's 1 into x of 1 minus 1. Means at here the present output is y of 1, and the present input is actually x of 1, but it depends on the past, that is x of 0. Again, it's a past value of input. So again, for the causality, the condition is true. Now we'll try negative value, t is equal to -1. So y of -1, you can write it's simply -1 into x of -1 minus 1, that is x of x of -2. And we know that with respect to t is equal to -1, the present input is x of -1, and x of -2 means it's a past input. So we can conclude that the given system is causal. It's a causal system. Now we'll move to the next question. Here x of t is given, y of t is given by x of t into cos phi t. And here if you substitute t is equal to 1, y of 1 is equal to x of 1 into cos phi. So don't confuse that. Here the input is x of t. So cos phi t is an extra term added by the system. And the input is x of t. The system depends only on the, with respect to the input part, it depends only on the present input, not on the future or past input in this particular case. Okay. But cos phi you can calculate by using any other method. For in order to calculate cos phi, we don't require any input information. Okay, we only require t's, the value of t. If you know the value of t, you can calculate cos phi t. So don't confuse. This is a future value. This is simply we can calculate for any value of t. So the system similarly, if you try t is equal to 0, and you will get y of 0, which is equal to x of 0 into cos 0. Again, present output depends only on the present input. When t is equal to 1, again, when t is equal to -1, y of -1 equal to x of -1 into cos -5. In all these cases, you can see the present output depends only on the present input. So we can conclude that this is a causal system. Again, the exponential signal y of t is equal to e raised to x of t. Here y of t is equal to e raised to x of t. If you substitute different values of t is equal to 0 or t is equal to 1 and t is equal to -1, simply we are evaluating at different values, at 0, positive value and negative value. That's why we are choosing different value. You can choose any value randomly, you can choose. So y of 0 becomes e raised to x of 0. So present value of here you can see that y of 1 is equal to e raised to x of 1. Again, it depends only on the present input. And y of -1, it's simply e raised to x of -1. In all these cases, the equation represent or depends only on the present value. So we can conclude that the given system is a causal system. So when you write or when you attempt this particular question, causality and static related problems, after performing this operation, you need to write the statement. Okay. Uh, Statement in this question is this causal. We need to check whether the system is causal or non-causal. So after evaluating, you need to write the statement or the definition for causal. Okay. For causality, the system output should depend only on the present or past values. Okay, so the condition is valid, so we can conclude that the given system is causal. Now we'll discuss another question. Here y of t is given by t minus 2 into cos x of t. Again, don't confuse with the term t minus 2. This t minus 2, it's only a factor multiplied by the input cos x of t. Okay, so we can try here. For example, at t is equal to 0, it's y of 0, we can calculate it's minus 2 and cos x of 0. Okay, so for different values of x of 0, you can calculate cos. Okay, cos value is ranging from -1 to 1. And here you can see that the present output only depends on the present input x of 0. Similarly, for t is equal to 1 or t is equal to -1, you will get exactly same. Y of 1 will get -1 into cos x of 1, and for y of -1, you'll get -3 cos x of -1. In all these cases, you can see the present output depends only on the present input, and we can conclude that the system is causal. Now, y of t is equal to x of sine t. Okay, it's a typical question. And here, if you observe the signal, you can see the signal y of t is equal to x of sine t. Uh, for example, if you, because we need to calculate the sine t, sine of, so if you choose the angle or the t is equal to minus 90, okay, you'll choose some negative value. Uh, at that time, you can see that y of minus 90 becomes x of sine t is minus 90. Okay. And if you observe this particular case, y of minus 90 becomes x of sine minus 90 is minus 1. So you will get x of minus 1. And if you observe the equation, you can see that in the time axis, this is assume that minus 90, the point minus 90, and this is y of minus 90. So in order to calculate y of minus 90, there's a negative value, you required x of minus 1. So the present input will be x of minus 90, but you required the value at minus 1. So with respect to this t is equal to minus 90, this x of minus 1 is a future value. Okay. So we can conclude that the given system depends on the future value. For this negative value, minus 90 and minus 1, if you compare, minus 1 is higher. Or in time axis, we can say at this is the reference point, minus 90. And at minus 90, if you observe the waveform, minus 1 is a future value. So we can conclude that the given system is a non-causal system because it depends on the future value. So the given system is a non-causal. And next one is y of n is equal to x of minus n. This is a typical question. Here we don't want to evaluate some other value. You will not get an exact answer from that. So that's why we are using this minus 90. In other cases, you can use 0, 1, minus 1. Here y of n is given by x of minus n. In discrete time system, in this discrete time system, if you put n is equal to minus 1 for a negative value, that is for y of minus 1, if you evaluate the signal at n is equal to minus 1, the present input is x of minus 1. So if you evaluate this at n is equal, if you substitute n is equal to minus 1 in this particular equation, it becomes x of minus 1. So you'll get x of 1. So if you observe the time axis, at n is equal to minus 1, we need to evaluate y of minus 1. The present input is x of minus 1, but the system depends on the future input x of 1. X of 1 you will get only after x of 0 and x of 1. Okay. So the system depends on the future input. So this is a future input. So you can conclude that the system is a non-causal. Depends on the future value of input. Now here y of n is given by x of n modulus of n. Again, if you choose a negative value here, y of let n is equal to minus 2, you can say that you need to calculate y of minus 2. At n is equal to 2, the present input is x of minus 2. This is the present input. And if you substitute in this particular equation as x of modulus of minus 2, and it becomes simply x of 2. So from this particular system, the present output, that is output at y of minus 2, output at minus 2 depends on the future value. So here the present input is x of minus 2 and the present output is y of minus 2. So in order to calculate y of minus 2, we required a value at x of 2. So the system depends on the future value. So we can conclude that the system is non-causal. Now, again, it's a very interesting question. You can closely observe this y of t is equal to x of root t, and y of n is equal to x of root n. Okay, we can compare these two questions. First, we evaluate a continuous time signal y of t is equal to x of root t. And one more condition is given that t is greater than 0. We need to evaluate whether the signal is causal or non-causal. Okay. For example, if you choose t is equal to 4, this becomes y of 4 x of root 4, because we need to evaluate only for t greater than 0. So we'll get x of 2. Okay. So we can conclude that here you can observe that the present output depends on the past value. X of 2 is past input, because the present input is x of 4, and here the condition is valid. But if you substitute, for example, t is equal to 0.16, okay, 0.16, because t can take any value, and t is greater than 0 here. Okay, so we can assume that t is equal to 0.16. If you substitute in this particular case, you need to calculate at t is equal to 0.16, it becomes x of root 0.16. Okay, if you substitute, if you find out this value root 0.6, it's simply x of 0.4. Means if you observe the graph, this is 0 and this is 1, and here the value is 0.16, and 0.4 means higher than 0.16. So here you can see that it depends on the future value, the future input. So at t is equal to point, or if you choose any value between 0 and 1, the same problem occurs. So we can conclude that for this particular system, it depends on the future values. The system is non-causal. Okay, it's very important. And now we'll discuss the discrete time counterpart. Y of n is equal to x of root n. And we already discussed that n is greater than 0. And if you choose any value, for example, y of 16, it's simply x of root 16. So it becomes x of 4. So the value depends on present input is x of 16, but it depends on the past value. So the condition is valid for the causality. But if you try some other value like t is equal to 0.16 in the previous question, but here we don't want to check such values because n is an integer. For integer values, we will not get any problem, and n is greater than 0 also. So we don't want to consider values like n is equal to 0.16, because L will not take such values. Okay, so this condition is not evaluated in this particular question. And the discrete time system y of n is equal to x of root n is a causal system. So it's a typical question. Please mark these two questions, because for continuous time version of this system as a non-causal, for a discrete time system it's a causal, because in discrete time system n takes value only integer values. For integer values, the condition is valid in all cases, but here the fractional values from 0 to 1, the condition violates in the continuous time system. The same question you can expect like this: t raised to 1 by 2. Okay, here it can be x raised to, sorry, n raised to 1 by 2. The same question you can also represent like this. Okay, these two questions are very important. Okay, and also the modulus value and the x of minus n, x of sine t or cos t, the same you will get. Okay, now it is given as a differential equation, and this differential equation y of t is equal to d by dt of x of t. It's a differential equation, so it depends on the present and past values, and there is no x of t plus 1 term, or y of t plus 1. So we can conclude that the given system is causal, because y of 0 you can calculate d by dt of x of 0, and similarly y of 1 you can calculate. If you substitute t is equal to 0, you can calculate y of 0 is equal to d by dt of x of 0. So present output and present input. Similarly for t is equal to -1 and t is equal to 1. So we can conclude that the given system is a causal system. Okay. Here, if you observe the system, at t is equal to 0 is a differential equation. So definitely it depends on the past. But here if you substitute t is equal to 0, d square by y of 0 plus 2y of 0 equal to x of 1. That is, the present output is y of 0 and the present input is x of 0. But it depends on future value of x of 1. This is a future value. Future value. So the system is non-causal. The given system is a non-causal system. Here you can see that d square by dt square of y of t plus 4 uh, plus 2y of t is equal to x of t minus 2. So if you observe output at t is equal to 0, you can see that it's d square by dt square. It's y of 0 plus 4, that is y of 4 into 2y of 0 is equal to x of t minus 4, that is 0 minus 2 means it's x of minus 2. And in this particular case, again there can be confusion, because uh, by the definition system is causal. The present output depends only on present input. So here the present input is x of 0, present or past. So x of minus 2 is a past input. Past input. So you can conclude that the given system depends only on the past. So the system is causal. Okay, don't confuse with y of 4. We need to check only x of t terms. Okay, the output depends only on the here you can see that the present output depends only on the uh, input, that is x of minus 2. Okay. And now there is an integration term, and in this particular integral y of t is equal to integral minus infinity to t x of tau d tau. Okay, for values like y of 0, the integral becomes minus infinity to 0. So you need to calculate up to x of 0. Okay, or if you try any other value, the integration we need to perform only up to t. Okay, or you will get input only up to x of t. So we can conclude that the integration equation limit is only up to t. So the given system depends only on the present and past inputs. The system depends only on the present and past inputs. So we can conclude the system is causal. And this is a difference equation given by the expression y of n is equal to x of n plus x of n minus 1 plus x of n minus 2. And if you observe for n is equal to 0 and for n is equal to 1 and n is equal to minus 1, if you try this value, you will get y of 0 1 by 3 x of 0 plus x of minus 1 plus x of minus 2. And you can see that x of 0 is present input with respect to this n is equal to 0, and x of minus 1 is past input, and this is also past input with respect to y of 0, because the present input is x of 0. So x of minus 1 and x of minus 2 are past input. So similarly, if you try n is equal to 1 and n is equal to minus 1, you will get exactly the same thing, present and past input. So we can conclude that the given system is causal because it depends only on the present and past input. Now we'll discuss again some advanced questions like y of n is equal to sigma k is equal to n0 to n x of k. Assume that this n0 is a finite quantity, not infinite. N0 is a finite quantity. Please add this point to the question. Uh, for example, assume that the n0 value is 2. Okay, if n0 value is 2 and if you want to calculate y of 4, n is equal to 4, the equation becomes y of 4 is equal to sigma k is equal to 2 to 4 x of k. And if you expand this, it becomes x of 3 plus x of 4 plus x of 2, x of 3 and x of 4. And from this, it depends on present. X of 4 is a present input, and all these values are past input. So here there is no problem. We can conclude that the system is causal. But here you can see that n0 value and n value, if we compare, n is greater than n0. And we can consider another case, that is, for example, if n0 is -1, okay, and we need to calculate y of 0, that is n is equal to 0, we need to evaluate. Okay, in that particular case, or we'll take a positive value again. For example, is n value is 2 and n0 is 4. So there is no restriction that n0 we need to choose higher or lower. So assume that if n0 is 4 and n is equal to 2. So if you write like this, and we need to calculate n is equal to 2, n of 2, the equation is sigma n is equal to or k is equal to 4 to 2 x of k. Okay, and if you observe this particular question, here you can see that in order to evaluate the signal, so in this particular case, it becomes x of 4, x of 3 and x of 2. So the present input is x of 2 and these two values are future inputs. Okay, so in the case of summation, you can write 4 to 2 or 2 to 4. This we can change the limit. And if you write like this, in this particular case, that is n is less than n0, the system depends on the future inputs. So here the system is written as non-causal if n is less than n0, but if n greater than n0, we can call the system as causal. So two possibilities you need to evaluate. And now we'll move to the next question. Again here y of n is equal to k ranges from n is minus n0 to n plus n0 x of k. Again, you can assume that n0 is a finite quantity, is less than infinity. So from this expression, it's very clear. For example, if n0 is 2, okay, and if you want to evaluate y of 4 at n is equal to 4, you can see that y of 4 is equal to sigma k is equal to 4 minus 2 to 4 plus 2 x of k. And if you expand this particular expression, it definitely contain the terms from x of minus 2, x of 2 onwards. 4 minus 2 is 2, 2, 3, x of 4, x of 5, and x of 6, because it's 4 plus 2, up to 4 plus 2. So the present input is x of 4, but these two values are future, and the remaining values are past inputs. The system depends on future inputs, so we can conclude that the system is non-causal. Okay. System depends on the future value. That's why we can conclude that it's a non-causal system. And in next case, y of n is given by sigma k is equal to minus infinity to n x of k. And here also we can check different possibilities. Here k is from minus infinity. For y of 0, if we calculate, it's from k ranges from minus infinity to 0, x of k. So it starts from x of minus infinity onwards, plus etc., x of minus 1 plus x of 0. And similarly, if you try any value, the last input value will be the present input. And we also require the past input values. So system depends only on the present and past. So we can conclude that system is a causal system. For the next case, y of n is equal to k is equal to 0 to n x of k. Here, again, there's a problem if n is equal to a negative value. For n is equal to minus 1, we can try this y of minus 1. Sigma k is equal to 0 to minus 1 x of k. So if you evaluate this, you will get x of 0 and x of minus 1. We can change the order, but that's why you can write k is equal to 0 to minus 1 or from minus 1 to 0. Because the summation you can write like this. So both expressions are same. K is equal to minus 1 to 0 x of k. So, and if you observe this particular case, the present state is y of minus 1 and the present input is x of minus 1. Now, with respect to n is equal to minus 1, the present input is x of minus 1. This is present input, and this x of 0 is a future one. X of 1 is a future because in the time axis, here it is minus 1, here it is 0. So x of minus 1 is a present input and x of 0 will be the future. That is y of minus 1. In order to evaluate minus 1, y of minus 1, we required x of 0 and x of minus 1. But present input is only x of minus 1. So we can conclude that system is non-causal. And we'll try one more case. Here y of n is equal to k ranging from minus m to m x of n minus k. Again, if you evaluate the system for example, m is equal to 2, m is equal to 2, and we need to evaluate y of 0. Okay, if you evaluate y of 0, k ranging from minus 2 to 2, x of, in place of n you can put 0 and k. Okay, it becomes x of sigma k is equal to minus 2 to 2 x of minus k. And if you expand this expression, you will get, if you substitute k is equal to minus 2 in the first expression, minus into minus 2 plus x of minus into minus 1 plus x of 0 plus x of minus 1 and x of minus 2. And the present in output is y of 0 and the present input is x of 0. So this is the present input with respect to n is equal to 0. Okay, because here we'll choose n is equal to 0. And you can see these two values are past input, but these inputs are future because it becomes x of 2 and x of 1. So these two inputs are future inputs. So we can conclude that the given system is non-causal. Okay, so for the summation, we will get different combinations. So please make sure that you are comfortable with the notations. Okay.